What was that?
It blows up.
Destiny 2 ForSaken dropped recently, and it very good. New locations, good. New enemy faction, good. New weapons, very good. New hybrid game mode, very good. New narrative, very better? There's a lot of good stuff in ForSaken. The Scorn are a completely new and fun enemy to fight. They occasionally feel very similar to the Fallen, but are distinct enough to give a nice change to combat, and they're the only enemy type in the game that have a well-telegraphed teleport ability, so that's nice. The new locations are gorgeous and have plenty of places to explore and see. Also, the new guns are really good. All the ones I've got so far feel and look amazing, and the sound these things make are just oh! Also, the bows feel fantastic. The sound design in particular is quite excellent, as there are distinct audible cues for how far the bow is drawn and how much range and damage it will do. This might be some of the best bow design in an FPS since Crysis 3 probably. The new spider bounties are great, they make looting lost sectors much more worthwhile. Not to mention that the lost sectors on the Tangled Shore are very well designed, the best being the one where you fight across a nightclub before stumbling across a fighting pit. This is some really superb level and world design. The narrative of this DLC is certainly a step up from the base game, though that really isn't saying much, as Destiny 2's storyline was garbage, uninspired, generic, and hopelessly absent of any kind of character or personality. ForSaken, however, is far more enjoyable. While the beginning is annoyingly melodramatic, I mean, watching Papa Smurf and Windy Wizard emoting would be more convincing if they were both made of cardboard. Also, depending on whichever race or gender you picked for your character, you're either going to sound really stoic like in the trailer,
Aldrin Sov is mine,
or you're going to sound like a 9-year-old standing up to mum for the first time.
Aldrin Sov is mine.
You serious?
But with that nonsense out of the way, the narrative devolves into a basic revenge storyline, with you hunting down Udon Noodlehair and his merry men to seek justice for the death of Nolan North pretending to be Nathan Fillion. This is far from masterful storytelling, but it's simple, it's motivating, and it's personal. And that's all anyone really wanted out of a Destiny storyline, not some joyless end-of-the-world horseshit.
Shut the fuck up, no one cares. Know your fucking place, trash.
The boss fights are a highlight of ForSaken's campaign. Each of Age of Ultron's barons has a unique shtick or gimmick that makes the fights more personalised and enjoyable. In particular, the sniper duel and the trickster fights are standouts. I only wish that maybe the fights themselves had lasted a little longer. These dudes are built up to be these huge unstoppable warriors, but it only takes a minute or two to bring them down. Or this could just be because I'm spoiled by Monster Hunter and Dark Souls, I don't know. They also updated the loadout system to include special weapons, which is great. This means more variety, which means more fun. Good, nice. Gambit is the new PvE/PvP hybrid game mode that is a lot of fun. This is the kind of multiplayer that I wanted from Destiny. It brings the strongest aspect of the game, the PvE, into a multiplayer setting. While I do like it, there are some issues that need to be ironed out. The maps can often feel overcrowded and certain weapons make invasions feel cheap, but overall it's a welcome addition that plays to the game's strengths and feels fun and refreshing. But with all these new additions, all these new things to do and loot to get, there is still that question: has ForSaken fixed Destiny?
Fuck no!
ForSaken is a big step in the right direction, but the problems that have plagued Destiny since the beginning haven't gone away. The restrictive elements of Destiny I underlined in my last video are still here. A lot of the weapons still feel very similar and repetitive, and also the exotic limit is something that still exists. Bungie, please get rid of this, it hurts me. Also, this time around there seems to be even more emphasis on the Crucible, as a lot of endgame quests revolve around completing actions in multiplayer. Just no, stop it, stop making me play this.
It's time to stop!
Bungie, you have a new game upload, it's actually quite good, push that, that's fun, enough with the boring deathmatch. There are also some new problems as well. D2 had an infusing system that would let you transfer the light level of a new item into an old one, so you could use the weapons that you wanted at a higher light level. The cost for this wasn't too bad, just some glimmer and some legendary shards. At endgame, this stuff is quite easy to get, but now each infusion also requires location-specific resources. You know, those weird collectibles that you find on each planet. This is a really annoying and tedious change that really shouldn't be in the game. I'm not sure what exactly this is supposed to achieve other than making infusing infinitely more tedious. They also changed how strikes work. I'm not sure if this is a bad decision yet, at the moment it's just an odd change. And while there are now bounties for each activity, clan XP can now only be earned through bounties, which again is just another odd and tedious change. I also don't know if they've changed the drop rates at all, but I haven't got a single exotic item outside of quest rewards. Or I'm just unlucky, I don't know. Also, how the light level system works is still kind of annoying. In Destiny, your light level determines how much damage and health you have, and this can only be increased by getting gear of higher levels. The problem with this is that there aren't many ways to get higher level gear after hitting the soft cap. Outside of doing the raid, the nightfall, or the escalation thingies, the only way to get higher level shit is to do the weekly challenges that give you powerful gear. With the ForShaken update, they've also brought in daily challenges as well, which should be better, right? No, not really. Not when they give you rewards that are at a lower level than you are. This just reinforces the notion that it's only worth playing Destiny once a week to do your challenges and then fuck off, I don't know, to do something productive. So in conclusion, is Destiny fixed? No. Is it better? Yes. For any loot-based game, having more stuff to get and more stuff to do is always a welcome addition, and ForShaken definitely goes above and beyond in this respect. But in terms of fixing the game's problems, it's one big step forward and a few smaller steps backwards. Fixing Destiny is something that requires the game to be fundamentally changed in certain ways, and ForShaken does not do that. What it does offer is some welcome change and plenty of new content, and honestly that's the best we could probably hope for from Bungie at this point. The next big change we're likely to see in Destiny's formula is going to be in Destiny 3, which is going to be a year or so away. So if you're thinking about getting ForShaken, please don't go into it thinking that it's going to fundamentally change how Destiny plays, because it really does not. But if you already like Destiny and you just wanted more of the same, but better, then ForShaken definitely delivers on that. Anyway, I've had enough. All this shouting's giving me an aneurysm. Like and subscribe to Ludafix.
My mama calls, see you on TV. Sunset shit done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I wouldn't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.